Welcome back to Educator.com's English Grammar course. This lesson is on subject-verb agreement. Let's get started. All right, we're going to begin with an overview. We're going to talk about basic subject-verb agreement, how to make your subjects and verbs agree when you have single subjects and when you have compound subjects. We're going to talk about a couple of distractions that can make subject-verb agreement more complicated or make it seem more complicated. Interrupters and inverted sentences. We're going to look at how to identify those and how to ignore them. And then we're going to look at some tricky subjects that can get in the way of proper subject-verb agreement. We'll look at how to handle collective nouns. We'll look at how to handle titles, phrases, and singular plurals. Oh my gosh, what are those? We'll get to it. And we're going to look at how to handle indefinite pronouns and relative pronouns. And we're going to remind you of what those things are, never fear. All right, basic subject-verb agreement. In English, subjects and verbs must agree in number and in person. Now remember, number is whether it's singular or plural. Are you talking about one thing or many things? And person, first person, I, me. Second person, you. Third person, he, she, it, they. So, verbs change form according to number and person sometimes, and so they have to agree with their subject, whatever it is. With a single subject, one word, the rule is simple. You match the verb to the subject, whether it's singular or plural. So, for example, the oil needs to be changed. Oil is the subject, it's singular, and the verb is needs, because that's the third person singular form of the verb to need. But the tires need to be rotated. That's the third person plural form of the verb to need. Seems pretty simple, right? Compound subjects are more complicated. First of all, if the subjects, singular or plural, are joined by the conjunction and, the verb is plural. The president and his cabinet members are, plural verb, on vacation this week. We have two different subjects joined by the conjunction and, so we use the plural verb are. Unless the parts refer to the same thing or work as a unit. The classic example of this is macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese is my specialty. Now, if you said macaroni and cheese are my specialty, then you would be saying macaroni is my specialty and cheese is my specialty. Well, maybe if you're both a pasta maker and a dairyman, that would make sense, but for most people, when you say macaroni and cheese, you're talking about one single gloppy, glorious mess of pasta and cheese mixed together in your bowl. Particularly in American English, we say this almost as one word, macaroni and cheese. They're never separated. So we treat it as singular and we use the singular verb is. There's also an exception if the compound subject is preceded by each or every, which means that each or every example of this whatever it is being treated individually, so it gets a singular verb. Every boy and girl loves to learn. Every boy loves to learn and every girl loves to learn.